What is up, guys? Welcome to a special bowl edition of College Football Picks with Brad Powers. Today, we are looking at the howled Rose Bowl this year, taking place between Penn State and Utah. Utah looking to avenge its Rose Bowl loss last year to Ohio State, a game in which they were up big before Jackson Smith and Jigba kind of took over the game and stole a victory from the claws of defeat there. Penn State, on the other hand, coming into this one, that defense has been much improved over the course of the season. What is the play here, Brad?
We're going over. We're going over 52 as we record this. I actually expect this line to continue to move up. It's moved up in the last 24 hours as we've been recording this at several points. I'm part of it. I think it's a sharp move. And again, it'll continue to move. Here's one thing. Obviously, I'm usually worried. And we've done several videos already, and I'm usually, when there's a bunch of question marks and uncertainty, I'd rather just go under for the game. I'm not afraid to play the over here. Why? Because one thing I don't have to worry about usually with the Rose Bowl, 95% of the time, weather. Weather shouldn't be an issue here. I'll say that, and it'll be the worst weather in the 100-year history of the Rose Bowl. But, should be sunshine, should not be much wind in the forecast here. And mainly why I like the over here is I think we have some, when you think about Utah and Penn State, you probably think Penn State with defense, and you probably think run game, smash mouth Utah. So I think there's a little bit of misperceptions about both teams. Number one, I don't think Utah defensively is as good as what they've been in the past. I know the last impression is them smashing Caleb Williams, a less than 100% big-time Caleb Williams.
He looked
when he was healthy up and down the field against Utah. USC in the first game up and down the field against Utah. UCLA up and down the field against Utah. Heck, even Florida gashed Utah in the ground game. So Utah's rush defense, not nearly as good as what they've been. And what does Penn State have on offense? They have a couple of stud young running backs. They're not sitting out. Nicholas Singleton, nope. Are you kidding me? One of the best freshman running backs in the country. They'll play, put on a show. And then on the other side, Penn State's defense, against the three best offenses they faced this year, Purdue, Michigan, Ohio State, not a good look in any of those three games. Certainly when they're playing Rutgers or Michigan State or whatnot offensively, that defense looks good. So because of that, I love this play a lot, over 52.
Yeah, not much argument for me on this one. I really think that those running backs can run pretty easily against this Utah defense. I think you really hit this one well there, Brad. Like that Utah defense, everyone perceives it to be a Utah defense of years past. That just hasn't really been the case. Sean Clifford, I expect he'll play in this game. I haven't heard anything otherwise yet, but the guy who's been playing college football for seemingly 15 years isn't going to take one more game off here. He provides a good balance for that offense as well. And like you said, that Utah offense with Cam Rising, they should be able to do their job against even a good Penn State defense, but one that gave up points in their biggest games of the season to Michigan and Ohio State. So Utah should be able to do enough here to go over this modest number of 52 in the Rose Bowl.